Looking to migrate manually created AWS resources into CloudFormation? Then this is the video for you. In this video, I'm going to walk you through how to import an existing DynamoDB table into CloudFormation so that we can use SAM or CDK to modify it. So let's get started. All right, guys, so here we are in the AWS console. I'm in the CloudFormation section, and this is the stack that we want to import our DynamoDB table into. Now, this stack was created using SAM, Serverless Application Model, which is a very common way to manage your AWS resources using CloudFormation and infrastructure as code in general. But this same process will work for CDK, if that's what you happen to be using. So let's just take a look at what we have here in this stack. And it's very, very basic. I just deleted all the stuff that was in the template file that Sam generated. And I only left it with one item here, which is just an SNS topic. So in other words, the SNS topic is the only resource that is currently managed by CloudFormation and by this stack. The existing DynamoDB table was created manually. So our end goal is for that DynamoDB table to show up here as a managed item through CloudFormation so that we can start using SAM or CDK to interact with it and change some configuration on it. So let's look at that part now, which is our DynamoDB table. So here's the table that we want to import. It's called table to import. And it's got some very basic settings. I just created this with all the defaults. So all it has is a partition key of demo and a specified option, which is provisioned and write capacity as 1 unit. That's the only thing that I changed in this DynamoDB table. And separately, here is our code that is generating this SNS topic. And we want to basically get this DynamoDB table into our code that we're currently using to generate the resources in our CloudFormation stack. So that brings us nicely into step 1. The first thing that we need to do is we need to take this existing resource that we want to bring into our CloudFormation stack and modify our CloudFormation template file so that it represents what we currently have manually created. So for instance, if we have this table to import that has X, Y, and Z settings, we need to emulate those X, Y, and Z settings using CloudFormation here. Now, I already did this, and since this was a toy exercise, this table has some very primitive and basic settings. So let me just show you what the representation of this table is using CloudFormation. So I just pasted it in here, and you can see it's our table to import, which matches the name here. And then it is a AWS DynamoDB table. Make sure that the table name matches. In my case, it does match here. These two things are different. This name could be anything you want. This one must match what you were trying to import into CloudFormation. And then for my case, I had some very basic settings. So all I had was an attribute definition that is a field called demo. And demo is the key schema of hash key. And then the only other modification was that I set the provision throughput to be 1 read capacity unit and write capacity unit. So 1 and 1 for both read and write. So in your case, this may be a little bit more complicated if you have a resource that has a whole bunch of configuration. So make sure to take the time here to get it right and just pour through all the config that you have on your resource and emulate it using this CloudFormation code. So this is your first step. It's generating all of this code. Now, one callout that I did want to make is that by default, when you use SAM, there's this header here, this transform using AWS serverless. Now, unfortunately, the method that I'm going to show you, it does not work if you have this set. So I had to comment it out, and I'm just going to delete it actually and just save now because it was causing some problems when I was trying to import the resource into CloudFormation. So just keep that in mind if you're using serverless and SAM at the same time. All right, so go ahead and make the changes to this file and save it. Now all we need to do is we need to go into CloudFormation, and with our stack already clicked, so CF import in this case, we're in CF import demo, we want to go into the top right here where it says stack actions, and then go to import resources into stack. So we click on that button, it's going to launch us into a wizard that we can take a look at. So it's just kind of giving us a breakdown of what you're going to need here. You just need that template file, which I already explained to you. So we're going to go to next. And then the next step is just asking us to upload that template file. So we're going to click on the second option, which is upload. And I'm just going to choose the file here. And okay, so yeah, it was template file for my case. This is the project directory, by the way, that contains all my SAM stuff when I initialized the project. So I'm going to double click on that template file now, and I'm going to go ahead and click on next. And now this gives us some extra settings that we need to fill out. It's just asking us for the table name. We already specified that, but we just want to put that again in here. So I believe I use table to import as the name. Going to go ahead and click on next now. Parameters we leave blank, click on next again. This is just a summary of everything that we're going to use here. And here's an error that I wanted to bring up. So you need to have a particular attribute on the resources that you're trying to import set in your CloudFormation code. And the attribute is something called deletion policy. This is in the documentation, but if you run into this, this is the error that you're going to get. That is if you don't set that setting. So we're going to go back into our code really quick. And I'm just going to modify this under table to import. I'm going to say deletion policy here. And I'm going to set this to retain. And that's going to satisfy that error. So let's just go back and re-upload that file here. We're going to go back again, choose file, template, okay, go to next. Need to fill this out again, which is table to import. I'm going to click on next, next. And it's just kind of doing a sanity test here really quick to make sure that my template file is good. Let's just give this a moment to go. And you can see here after a moment, it is recognizing that we want to do the import action, and the identifier is table to import, which is our DynamoDB table. If you want to click on this link, it'll bring you to the DynamoDB table that it's going to import. Before you proceed, I highly suggest you perform these steps in your dev or test environment prior to production. You definitely don't want to make a mistake in prod, so make sure to experiment first. And now all you want to do is just go to import resources. And so now we're going to have an import step that goes on. And if you just stay here for a moment, it should refresh once it's completed. We can just fast forward this really quick by clicking the refresh button here. And you can see after a moment, we have import complete. So now if you go into the resources section, we should see, yep, now table to import is now present, which is of type DynamoDB table. Okay, perfect. At first glance, this does seem to be working. So let's test this out. Now, before I do, this thing that I'm going to modify, I'm just going back to my DynamoDB table tab really quick. Just refresh that. I want to change this setting here where it says provisioned and the unit is 1. I'm going to change this to like 2 or 3 or something. So let's go back to my code. And now we are in my SAM project. I'm going to close that really quick. Let's just change this to 3 for both read and write. And now I actually need my terminal again. So that was a bad choice. Okay, so now we just do SAM build. And this is going to run. And okay, it built successfully. Great. And then we just run SAM deploy. And it should give us a kind of confirmation screen here in a second once it's all done. All right, so you can see it is trying to do a operation modify on our table to import, which is our DynamoDB table. And it's asking us if we want to deploy. I'm going to press Y for yes. And this should be good to go in a second or so. Let's just go back into CloudFormation and look at the event stream as it comes in. So back to the CloudFormation tab, I'm going to go to events. And yep, now we see update in progress on that table. I'm just going to refresh this every couple seconds or so until the update is correctly made. And after a moment or so, you see now that our table to import is update complete, and then the cleanup step is complete, and the whole update has been successfully completed. So let's go back to our Dynamo table and just refresh this really quick. This should say 3 here, refresh, and there you go. Now it says 3. So we are free to modify our existing DynamoDB table through CloudFormation now and SAM instead of having to do it manually through the console. So if you enjoyed this video, check out my other ones on CloudFormation on the right, and I'll see you next time.